The U.S.-led coalition fighting the Islamic State in Syria and Iraq announced that the strike on Sunday killed Abu al-Yamaran, a high-ranking leader who was involved in the murder of a former U.S. Army official. Al-Yamaran was killed in the drone strike alongside several other ISIS members, the coalition announced. The ISIS leader in 2014 was involved in the beheading of U.S. Army Ranger Peter Kasich, whose death was captured in a video certified as authentic by U.S. officials, Fox News reported. So there's this idea in a lot of cases that people who are anti-war think we live in this magical world where we don't have enemies or people that have done wrong. And oftentimes you have to explain you're not against, even if you are opposed to death penalty, you'd much rather, if drone strikes have to be used, that they're congruent to, or rather that they are used on the people who are actually terrorists. But far too often, as was proven during the Obama years, a majority of these strikes hit people who had nothing to do with the terror or with harming the U.S. So this story will be trotted out as, you know, some good accomplishment or something great on the U.S.'s part. But be warned, the more and more of these attacks that there are, the higher the likelihood that more and more innocent people are killed. And you know, there's almost a laziness when it comes to certifying who's who. Um, but people they don't think critically about this stuff. They just hear a terrorist died and they go and throw their hands up. And if you object for some reason, as I just did, to the methods used, or maybe explain why the tactics that were involved were not the best way to go about it, you get called an American. You're called in favor of people that you've never met and that you don't even condone the actions of. But that's how short-sighted a lot of individuals are now, unfortunately.